away, never been afraid in those who doubted me. Never been the type too tight, impressed by high society. I was moved by Langston Hughes, then this lady sang the blues. Ain't gonna tell me what I need and you can't step up in my shoes. I ran out of tears to cry.
Ahrae is a music-making, movie-going, comedic genius.
Get caught, it doesn't get much harder. I wonder every day, do my daddy misses?
I feel like my style is very different, the things I'm talking about are different, but ultimately where I fit, I feel like is more determined by my fans and the consumers. And I'm okay with that.
Hustle hard, and hustle hard, hustle hard.
It feels great. Everyone wants to be number one. If you're number two, that just means you're the first in the last position. There is definitely an immense amount of pressure. I would compare it to, I'm sure Kobe experiences a certain level of pressure, Jordan, LeBron. Ultimately, if I don't do well, it's hard for anyone else after me to do well. So there is a certain amount of pressure, but again, I'm okay with that. I feel like my management definitely provides me with everything I need to succeed, ultimately. Every day I'm being pushed to do better and do better and do better, and you want those types of people around you. So any success that I may have is not really a reflection of me as an individual, but more so the team of people I've surrounded myself with.
And remember, you gotta hustle hard, and hustle.
What can you expect from my live show? Energy, amazing music, and if my manager has anything to do with it, an open bar every time.
Hustle hard, and hustle hard, hustle.
I can really only speak to what I know, so I don't know what it was like many years ago. But based off of what I understand the music landscape and the industry to be like at this point, you know, there's this constant debate about physical album sales and how physical album sales are dead. That artists just aren't going to go diamond. They're not going to sell like they did back in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and so on and so forth. When in reality, it's completely possible. We still live in a day and time where people want to buy music. A perfect example of this is Adele. So there's definitely a different fog, if you will, I think, that people fog on the situation, if you will. But at the end of the day, I think that, you know, you're gonna do what you're gonna do with the team around you.
And hustle hard, hustle hard.
My top 6 favorite MCs, Lauryn Hill, Hove, Eminem, 50 Cent, Nicki, and Talib Kweli. I just wish there were more women in music. I think that, especially in rap music, you look at the landscape today versus the landscape if you go back to the 80s and the 90s in terms of female MCs or female artists. I think what we have seen is a transition from, you know, an abundance, if you will, of great female MCs to a very small pool. There's not a lot of female rappers out there, and so I am very, very, very fortunate to be able to express myself creatively only because of the women that came before me. But ultimately, I just wish there were more.
Bitches, you that chick, chasing down them things, he gon' hit that quick, bye bye bye.
The overall concept is just dope music. Dope music, great production, amazing lyrics. Thank you. That's really it. I mean, there's no real one string that, you know, pulls everything together other than it's amazing. My favorite song is actually a song called Ahrae. It was pretty much the point at which I realized I think I'm kind of good, a little.
Now how you say your name? Say my name, Ahrae, and go.
different cities, meeting different people, eating different food. I think there's something to be said about being able to see the world when you're doing what you love.
Loyalty's the way you like. Spit with proficiency, move with agility. Never trust.
Biggest fear is failure. No one wants to fail. And every time you risk something, or every time you take a chance, you step out there musically, you have to come to the realization that you may possibly fail. And that's the scariest part.
The epitome, my words say the same, and I do it so vividly. Now what you want, say?
Don't make me mad. The other version of that was don't piss me off.
Cause the A get you higher, that bitch still up.
A panda bear.
Left side, let me do it like.
Keep your head up, Tupac. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The darker the flesh, the deeper the
You say your name, say my name, Ahrae. Now left side, let me do it like that.
There is no freestyle. There is none of that. So I don't even want to hear it. Don't ask me to cipher. So Ebro, Funk Flex. No. I need candles and Starbucks in a quiet room and time to myself.
Right now, left side, let me do it like.
Anything.
Right side, will you let me run it back? They said I never do it, but I did it my way.
So, yes, I am. I would love to play Vixen. There's no process. I like to let things happen as they may. I like to listen to music. I like to talk to people. I like to have fun. And I'm motivated to write based off of what I hear. First of all, I failed geography, I'm pretty sure, so 15 cities is gonna be hard to name. Second, I'm pretty sure that my manager can answer that one for you. I don't care. 15 cities is better than 0 cities, so I do not care.
This is a man's world.
Always know that there's a different standard for you as a woman. Always know that the odds are already stacked against you as a woman. I say this because I didn't understand it, and the reality of the matter is that we are held to a different set of rules. Makeup, hair, gym, all of these things. The aesthetics of it it's completely different than if I were, a 300-pound male rapper and I could go on stage with a white tee and some glasses and a big gold chain and girls are gonna swoon. It's interesting, as a woman within the music industry, I think within any respective industry, you have to walk this fine line, which is, how do I remain outspoken without coming off as a bitch? How do I engage people and present myself in an attractive fashion without coming off sleazy? There are just different things that we have to take into consideration as women that men don't have to.
Get it right and be the voice and best believe she the hand.
My family, my friends, my haters, and my haters.
Rest. We taking off the S up on our chest.
Is food an option? Fitness.
Ladies, another rep. A little louder, this is tea.
What is her biggest regret?
And when we fly, the S up on our chest is a symbol we can do it, and you know we do it best.
The hardest part of that is just obviously finding the balance between what you want. If you want to sell out stadiums and you want to sell out tours, then essentially you have to make singles. And singles are catchy records, for those of us who don't know our music vernacular. You have to make singles. Singles are catchy records that you're going to hear on your top 40 radio, you're going to hear on urban radio. So you have to create this product. It's finding a harmony between remaining current and relevant and still being able to be socially conscious about what you want to say. Artists who do things like this, like your Jay-Z's, they're incredibly important to what it is that we're doing.
Tell me another who gon' get it like that. Single mother, young brother.
Numbers are very important to myself, to my team, to my management. I would be lying if I said they weren't. Sales are important because this is my livelihood. This is what I want to do. This is who I am. So sales are a crucial part of monetizing my creativity, my art, my music. Ideally, I think that as long as there's growth, by growth I mean as long as we are not going from selling 1 million records to 5,000 records, I think that as long as things are going in the right direction, which for me is up, that is going to ultimately determine my success.
That's it.
Thank you.
Every day, I hear that I'm a bad bitch. Another nigga wanna turn me to his habit. Every day, a different proposition. Bitches be mad, wishing they was in my position. Every day, mink dragging on the floor. Louis luggage in tow. Tell me what the fuck you know. Two-seater got the heater, and you know my money high. Every day, what you know about a three-wheel ride. Put up, and I'ma elevate your life. Purple label, private table, when I destiny align.